girls and guys, welcome back to the channel. We have got a fix or repair daily, making some horrendous noises. You would be able to hear it, but I've got a Jag in the background doing a DPF regen. So I mean, forget that. That's the big turbo failure, or the turbo failure. So this Ford is sounding like something's failed via bearing, water pump, idler, something like that. I'll see if I can capture the noise for you. Just so you know, this is the 3.26 auto. I'm gonna set the phone up and see if I can capture the noise. All right. You hear it, it's a low down noise, like a noise. But then it goes away after a second, so I'm not really sure what that is. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take the auxiliary belt off and have a feel of each pulley. Now, you don't have much room. Yeah, so the tensioner is down there, and it's a square to put in there, and then we'll just whip the belt off. Now, it's likely to be either the alternator sounding horrible or the water pump. It's going to be one of them. I just don't know what it is. It sounds this side. Am I going to guess alternator? Don't know, you'd be able to hear that. Let's get the belt off. So, need to get a extension socket into that and whip it out. Oh, riggedy ready. So we are off. Might I say that is the world's longest belt. It can do a full figure of 8, nearly life size. That is huge. You need a 13mm hex bit. I mean, you could probably use a 1/2 inch, but also used a cheater bar to help me get it off. Now, everything seems okay. Like, there's nothing, when you spin it, there's no bearings that make any noise. However, the alternator, when you move it, it makes a clicking noise. Hold on, it's not doing it now. Typical. Well, it made like a click when you pulled it up. There it is. I'm not sure if that's normal or not, but I can't hear a bearing noise from it. Might have to shut the Jag off to see it. But I am going to start it up because the water pump, well no, I'm just starting it up to make sure there's nothing else before I start checking each and every pulley. Well, I was getting a bit annoyed, so I was about to put everything back on. Obviously I've checked like the alternator's got some weird end float, which I'm not really happy about, but what I didn't do is I didn't spin the aircon. And our survey says, there's our problem. The aircon pulley, or the aircon condenser, has failed. It's got a lot of end float. You can see it's got a wibbly wobbly. So it is aircon pulley. Now I've just got to fit the longest belt in history. So we put the auxiliary belt on from underneath because I was struggling a little bit, but I also found the condenser has blown, and all that green stuff is the dye and the oil. So that would explain why the aircon unit has failed so badly. So we're going to price one of them up. And the aircon unit, which is there, which you can see just doesn't look good. So at least we found the problem. Not too much to, oh, whoops, turn that off. Not too much of an issue. We'll just get a replacement unit and a replacement condenser and then get it all gassed up. It's a new day. It's a new headache. So moving on from this video. Last video you saw was we diagnosed it as the aircon pump. The customer said he was going away for 6 weeks, so we weren't going to be doing it. And we'll do it when it's back. But he's going away tomorrow now, and guess what's happened? Yep, the pump fully seized, and there's no more belt, and it broke down. So he's asked me politely if I can have this done in time so he can lock it up in his unit so he goes away. So we've got all the bits on order. The battery's completely flat. It is charging away. Haven't been able to actually drive it in just off a jump pack because the battery is so heavily flat. So I'm very much out of breath. So what I'm gonna try and do is as much as I can from the bottom. And then in here, we've got the aircon pump. Don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna take this cover off, which I've got to do anyway. I mean, there is a lot of working room. I mean, I'm a vertically challenged person, so I could probably stand up in that. So I'm gonna whip that cover off and then see how much I can attack from the bottom. The parts haven't arrived yet. My main objective is to get the aircon pump fitted and then go from there. So let's put some gloves on and let's get this sorted. That is seized solid, you can't spin it at all. I mean, this is nice because you've got one bolt there, and then the 10 mils there. So, I mean, that's coming out fairly quickly. Maybe the car gods like me ever so slightly. So, I dare say removal and fitting is going to be fairly easy. That is bloody easy. What are they? 13s and 10 millis. I already know there is no aircon gas in this because do we remember the aircon condenser earlier in the video? You see all that gunge in there? You can see it earlier in the video if you skip back a little bit. That's how we know. But if you're doing this and you do have a full air conditioning system, please get the system drained out correctly. That stuff is toxic. It's not good for you. I don't actually know what aircon refrigerant this one uses, whether it's the new old R134A or the 1234, whatever the hell it is, they've changed it. I can't even find the taps to fill it up. Beat that. Where is it? I mean, you can purge them, but it's not, it's frowned upon. And it's right there in front of me. If anyone watching that, they're probably doing the old pantomime thing. It's behind you. Don't know why. It's in a good mood, really. I'm not really in a good mood, but I'm trying to be in a good mood. Let's get this out. 10 mil and 13. Okay, so the two 10s are off on the top. Just whipping off the two 13s. And we'll see how this ends up. Oh, rapid update. Got two brackets. This one held in with an 8 mil. This one held in with an 8 mil. And there is one plug, which you see just there. And you get the unit out. You can see that is actually quite bad. The clutch has completely failed and does not spin at all. So I can see the reason why they cut the belt. I'm not happy about it, but I see the reason why they did it. So I'm just waiting for the replacement unit to turn up. In the meantime, I am going to pin the auxiliary pulley because last time it was an absolute weapon of a problem trying to get it on. I struggled quite a lot. So while I've got some time, let's pin it. While I was waiting for the pump to arrive, which it still hasn't, I've managed to thread this on, well, terribly. I mean, it's in position. All I've got to do is fit the aircon pump and chuck the belt around it while pulling this across. So I might need someone to give me a hand later, but I'll work that out in a minute. I can't pin it because it looks like you need like an M6 drill bit, well, 6 mil drill bit to go through it. It's huge and not a lot of room, so I've just gone for this. Meantime, the battery's still charging and everything is roughly where we left it. Just bored waiting for parts. Story of every mechanic. But this would be a perfect time to say, if you like what we're doing with the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. Costs you nothing, means everything to us. And we will be continuing this when the video arrives. So now I would say it's time for coffee. Lovely jubbly. So that one is there. You've got the two little positions there and they've got the two dowels in them as well. Brilliant. That one seized, this one spinning free. So that's failed, that's good. Get that ready for the surcharge pot. Now these have got two blanks in them here. They're probably, well, I'm just gonna take them out now while I've got free space to do so. I need to find a better solution to this camera, man. This is just doing me in. I don't know how to position myself when doing it. So take these off, we'll chuck this in, grease some bolts up, and answer the other phone. Oh, there you have it. That is on, brackets are back in. That works as a really good light holder. The only thing I've got to do now is fight the auxiliary belt on, and I am going to call in help from a friend because I need someone to lever it while I drop the belt on. Many swears will be given in a few seconds. Belt is on. You need, well, I use the ratchet. You need a 13 mil big old square chunky doodah. I'm sure I covered that in the other videos, but it has been a few days since. I'm going to refit all the arch stuff and then run it up. Hopefully it will start. Hopefully I can then get it on the ramp and then change the condenser. Didn't get a chance to record the startup, but that is on and running. And it doesn't sound like a cement truck, and the belt's not burning and stinking of burnt rubber. So for my next trip we are doing the condenser. Well, yeah, issue, we have the wrong condenser, so that's not getting done today. It will be done when he's back from his 6-week holiday, because people go on 6-week holidays now. So this one is done.